Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we shared the progress of the young flock that we have. I believe since we stopped brooding, we haven't shared it. Now, this is the chicken house where they're going to be going. Currently, we've already started doing some work. As you can see in the background, the guys are still constructing the shed. So this is going to be the third chicken house on this farm. First is the one in the background of that. Second is this one right here, and this is going to be the third one. And as you can clearly see, the guys are almost getting to the roofing stage. As you can see, we finished with the shell. You can see the poles. It has been constructed using poles, just like the other ones, but we keep getting better with each time. You can see all the poles we have. You know, we have a lot of material here, a lot of poles all around. Even I'm standing on poles. You can see the sand right there. We have some aggregate stones there. We have iron sheets right here. Ideally, a lot of work going on all around here. The guys who are also working in the poultry units are also working, and as you can see right there, we have some eggs. Yeah, let's get closer. Right here you can see our eggs so far. This is the collection of the day. The guys occasionally clean them. That's why you see a cloth right here. So the eggs that come when they are quite dirty like this, we try to wipe it off so that we give the cleanest stuff to our clients. As you can see, yeah, more eggs right there. So we're going to use our scooter, guys, and go and check on the birds. I mean, it's been a while since we last checked on them, right? So we want to go and check on them. Let's meet at the chicken house. Alright guys, so we have arrived. As you can see, the scooter right here and the chicken house in the background over there. So we need to go and check on the chickens. They're currently 13 weeks. Yeah, 13 weeks and a few days. And by the 16th week, they need to be in the new house. So clearly, we are a bit late in terms of constructing the new house, but not too late. That house in the next 1.5 weeks should be ready. So let's get in and check on the birds right away. We'll take our ramp as usual with that disinfectant. As usual, very important, right? We need to go and check on the birds. It's been a while, guys. And here we are. Woo! Here we are, guys. What does this look like to you? Tell me, do you love what you see? Comment in the comment section below. Yeah, I would love to know your observations. You know, as soon as we place them right here, what are your observations? What are you seeing? It's very beautiful inside here. So I'll just take you through very quickly. This is a bucket that we use for cleaning the drinkers. As you can see, it's empty and it has something inside there. So we use it for cleaning the drinkers. These drinkers are cleaned each and every day just to make sure that they are clean, because over the day they get dirty. As you can see, for example, take a look at this. This has just been today, but it's already dirty. So as the birds scratch around, you know, as they are playing in the sand, they fluff their feathers and then place the dirt inside here. So it's very important that the drinkers are cleaned every day, and we use that bucket. Then you can see the feeders. So we give them their feed in 2 rations each and every day. Currently it's before midday, and if you look at the feeders, there's still some feed over there, but it's about to get done. So we are hoping that it will get done, and then we give them about 2 hours of empty feeders and put feed again. That's what is happening right now. Then you can take a look at the litter. The litter it's good litter. Yeah, it's good litter. As you can see, it's not like stuck together. If I try to press it, it's not stuck together. Yeah, so that means it's not very moist. It's good. You can clearly see the wood shavings. You can clearly see the litter. Now at the top right here, we need to make sure that we don't have too much litter inside the house. Meanwhile, the birds are a little bit startled because of me. You know, I'm putting on a green overall, and they are not used to seeing green overalls. The guys who work inside here put on blue overalls. So maybe I need to adapt and put on a blue overall just so I don't startle them. I mean, take a look at them. They're all startled, just moving around in a confused fashion. But it's okay, they'll get used soon. The good thing, they are not laying, so that shouldn't be an issue. Again, this top floor, as you can see, we are on the top floor of the chicken house. This top floor, the floor is built using wood. We try to make sure that it's not so heavy. So we don't want to put a very, very thick layer of litter. And also the second thing is that the birds are going to stay up here for a short time. So as you can clearly see, we have little litter over here. Yeah, it's not too much, like we would in a house where the birds are going to be staying there for a long time. Yeah, as you can clearly see. So by doing that, it ensures that we don't have a very thick layer of litter inside here. So right here we've had a drinker fall. I'll just get it up. Yeah, so when something like this happens and you have water pouring, you try to make sure that you remove the wet litter. So for me, I'll just cover it right here. You don't want the wet litter to remain there and become accessible to the birds, because it's a place where parasites and disease-causing organisms can grow for the bird. Again, you can see the birds again. They're still a bit agitated, but they'll slowly get used. I mean, they'll slowly get used. As you can see them, one by one, starting to get a bit closer to me. as you can see. But still, they are still a bit startled. So the other thing I was talking about is, because the birds are only going to remain here for 18 weeks or maybe 16 weeks, we don't need a lot of litter, yeah? So this will be good enough litter that we can remove and place inside a garden, certainly. And then another problem that we were having, it's not very pronounced in this house, is that we were having rats biting these, you know, lines, but here it's not a big problem. We also have these bulbs. These are solar bulbs. These are bulbs that we used for brooding the chickens. So up here in this house we have solar lights. Very important to utilize them during the growth period of the birds. So you can see the solar bulbs. I mean, there's even another one right there. Yeah, we have a lot of solar bulbs. There's another one right here. The entire house is littered with solar bulbs. Currently we don't utilize bulbs in the night. It's very important that you don't stimulate the birds using light before they get to a particular weight. I mean, before birds get to about 1,250 grams, that's 1.25 kilos, you don't want to photo stimulate them 100%. You don't want to photo stimulate them, and that's something we try to do. So anytime between 8 weeks and 14 weeks, you must never increase the amount of light inside the chicken house. You just make sure that you give them 12 hours of daylight, which is the time which they need to feed. Now for us over here, we actually go until 5% laying, 5% point of laying, to make sure that we don't increase the light, because if you do increase the light during that time, what's going to happen is that you're going to photo stimulate the birds. Ideally, they're going to get stimulated to start laying eggs before they get to the point where they must start laying eggs. So they're going to start laying eggs when they are a bit smaller in terms of weight, and what that means is that generally they're going to lay small eggs, first thing. Second thing, they are going to hit peak for a really short time. Number three, they're going to get out of production really quickly. So you want to make sure that their bodies mature very well before you decide to start giving them light. Now we'll also take a closer look at the birds. If you can look at the birds right there, I'll try to zoom in. I don't want to get too close to them because I might stress them out. Yeah, but if you can look at their combs, take a look at that. You can see that the combs are starting to develop, properly starting to develop. They're looking good. Now, of course, the chicken house has a lot of feathers, a lot of fluffed feathers, but that's not a big issue. These are not feathers coming out due to pecking. It's not like the birds are pecking themselves. If you can take a clear look at one of the birds, take a look at, you know, their beaks. Their beaks were very nicely trimmed, very nicely trimmed. So they have short beaks. It's not like they can peck themselves, yeah? So these feathers are not due to pecking, like the birds are pecking themselves and the feathers are coming out. No, completely not. It's natural. As they are growing, as they are playing around, as they are dancing around, that they fluff their feathers and their feathers come out. Another thing we've been doing is taking the weights of the birds consistently. So every week we take the weights of the birds. You have to take the weights of the birds every week until the birds are at least 30 weeks. So we've been taking the weights of the birds consistently, very consistently. That's very important to make sure that they are on the target weight. And then we have noticed that these birds are consistently about 3 to 5 grams above their target weight, which is actually a very nice thing. Very, very good. It's not good that the birds are too much above their target weight. If your birds are so much above their target weights consistently, then that means that your birds are going to become fat. Now the thing with chickens is that the fatter a bird is, the less eggs it lays. So you want to make sure that the chicken is just on target weight. If the bird is too low in terms of weight, then you're in problems, because it's going to take long to develop, it's going to delay to lay eggs, it's going to lay small eggs. When it starts laying eggs, you're going to get problems of things like prolapse. So those are things that you don't want. But if the bird is on target weight, that's a beautiful thing that you love. Very, very good. So our house is properly aerated, as you can see, yeah? Good sides for which air can come in. So these are birds that are comfortable. But secondly, our birds have been well fed, so they are on target weight. Ideally, we expect that by the 18th week, we should be having eggs. We shouldn't be having any problem in terms of laying by the 18th week, unless something really strange happens inside this flock. But we are on target in terms of the weight. So as you can clearly see, the birds are a little bit too compacted, you know, inside here. Just a little bit too compacted, which is not a good thing. And that's simply because of the size of the structure. The structure measures 8 meters by 15 meters, yeah? So once the birds move from here, they will certainly fit inside the other house very comfortably. So the other thing that we don't have in this house clearly is laying boxes. You can see on the side, we don't have any laying boxes. And it's simply because inside this house, we don't do any laying, yeah? Chickens inside here don't lay eggs. They only are raised here until 16 weeks. Then we clean up the house and bring in another flock. So we don't do any laying inside this house, and that's a good thing, yeah? That's a really good thing. So we want to keep up with it this way. We're going to be preparing laying boxes for the house down. Tell me what you think, guys. It's the same exact picture on the bottom floor, so I think I want bother too much with showing you guys the picture on the bottom floor. It's the same exact picture. And then right here is where we have our feed. Right there is where we have our feed. Then we'll go and check out this other side. This is a banana plantation. This is my dad's banana plantation. You know, this is my dad's land. Yeah, and this is the very first house that I built on my dad's land. You can see the banana plantation. This is a lot of pumpkin leaves growing over here. I don't know if they ever put on any pumpkin. It's too much of it. Then right here you can see there's some maize that has been planted. This is certainly for eating. So like you can utilize it at all for feeding the chickens. And then right here, as you can see, kale. This is kale. It's one of my best vegetables. Yeah, this is one of my best vegetables, and this is kale. Very beautiful. You can see it over here growing. Very, very beautiful. So tell me what you think, guys, in the comment section below. I'm quite curious to know what you think about the project, what you think about the growth that we are having around. I think we are doing quite well over here. The birds have put on the weight properly. Very soon we are going to be going into the house, their final house, which you've already seen. I'm going to be making a video very soon about the construction of that house. So very soon you're going to be seeing how nicely it has developed and how beautiful it looks. I mean, look at this pawpaw tree. It's quite tall right now, you know. I remember about a year ago, so it was short. I mean, really short, and we're just getting the pawpaws from here. Quite tall right now, and the pawpaws are quite up. Very beautiful. Lovely change happening. You can see, you know, the very first fence that I started with, now it's full of hedges. I tried to plant some hedges on the side. Yeah, it's full of hedges. There's a school right there, so it was important. I think you can see some kids in the background. It was important that I place a fence over here, or else the kids would keep getting close to the house, which is quite a problem in terms of biosecurity. So I had to make sure I implement that. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you actually love what you're seeing. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. That way you never miss out on an upload. Catch you very soon with another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.